Hello and welcome. Today we are announcing the shortlist of the 2021 Klaus Flugge Prize. Set up in honour of Klaus Flugge, the founder of Andersen Press and an exceptional and highly influential figure in children's book publishing, the Klaus Flugge Prize is awarded annually to the most promising and exciting newcomer in children's picture book illustration. From a long list of 20 picture books by debut illustrators, the panel of judges, comprising award-winning illustrator Posey Simmons, Ava Eland, 2020 Klaus Flugge Prize winner, Darryl Clifton, illustration program director at St Camberwell College of Arts, Fleur Sinclair, owner of Sevenoaks Books, and Mat Tobin of Oxford Brookes University have chosen 5 books to shortlist. The books couldn't be more different in illustration style, but they all find ways to portray love and friendship, security and comfort, and to give joy to the very youngest readers. Congratulations to all those on the shortlist. Our judges will reveal them now.
Hola, my name is Matt and I'm here to tell you why Flavia Drago's Gustavo the Shy Ghost is so good. So there are lots of reasons why this made it to the shortlist, but for me, a lot of it is around the story, this idea that Gustavo is very shy and all he wants to do is make friends. And I think lots of us as children have been there, and as adults, how do we make friends? How does everyone else do it? And how do we go about it? And I think that was lovely. What really resonated with me though was that Flavia clearly built on her Mexican heritage and her culture. A lot of the story is centered around the Day of the Dead, and that came through. All the little nods to 80s kind of horror movies as well came through it as well. And I just loved the busyness of it all and those little connections throughout. The other thing that I thought was lovely about this story was that balance between the new and the old in a story. So this idea that the story is set in a contemporary kind of Mexico, but also there's a lot of that respect culturally towards the Day of the Dead and other cultural resonances as well. And I think that came through in Flavia's artwork as well. She clearly worked in pencils and inks and crayons and then transported the work into Photoshop and added a colour there. So that celebration of the old and the new and that respect for the old and new came through quite strongly.
Hello, my name's Fleur Sinclair and I'm one of the judges for this year's Klaus Flugge Prize, and I'm going to tell you why I think My Red Hat by Rachel Stubbs deserves its place on the shortlist. It's one of the most beautiful picture books I've read over the past year, across generational. It's a love story and an adventure story that takes such a simple object and does so many creative things with it. Some of the images are packed full of amazing details, and others have like exactly the right amount of space for your imagination. It's exactly the sort of book that you would want to share with somebody small on your knee, I should imagine, and a book to treasure forever.
Hi everyone, my name's Darryl Clifton and I was on this year's Klaus Flugge Prize judging panel. I'm going to talk to you very quickly about this book, While You're Sleeping, that was illustrated by John Broadley. It's a very rich and texture heavy and rhythm filled journey through a series of occupations that are described by a father for a young child in order to help that child sleep and be reassured that while they are sleeping and while perhaps they're struggling to get to sleep, all sorts of life is happening around them. It takes you from cityscapes through to townscapes, through to the countryside. It's incredibly dynamic in terms of its visual language. It uses quite a limited palette, but it works incredibly well to develop tone and atmosphere, and is a very charming and interesting introduction to the world outside of your bedroom. So I hope you enjoy it.
Huge congratulations to Steve Small for his collaborative work with Smitry Halls on I'm Sticking With You. It tells of an unlikely friendship between a bear and a squirrel, and the ups and the downs and then the ups again of that friendship. And it's a really remarkable achievement as a first novel. I imagine working with someone else's words and having to work around someone else's words is a challenge, but Steve absolutely smashes it. What I really liked about Steve's work was it's a deceptively simple design with minimal colours and virtually no background, because Steve knows that it's the characters that are telling the story here and it's the focus on that. We found that that really was part of the winning element of the whole story. The pacing, the positioning of these characters, but also a whole sense of comedic timing. There's no doubt that Steve's work in animation and with TV Paint and other programs has helped him kind of really nail that story. So this had me chuckling all the way through. Congratulations.
Hello, I'm Eva Eland, filming from my living room in Amsterdam. Huge congratulations to Charlotte Agar for being shortlisted with Child of Galaxies. There's a remarkable fluidity to her work, with changing feelings and moods. The looseness of her mark-making and the joyfulness of the color she chose offer the readers opportunities to get lost in reflections, thoughts, and multiple universes. Her work feels very immediate, but at the same time there's a sense of stillness, wonder, and beauty that reminds me of childhood itself. It's a beautiful book. Congratulations.